want to learn how to drive a car? How many of you want better grades in school? How many of you want to learn how to interview for a job? Well, like I said, success doesn't happen by accident, it happens on purpose. So I'm D.W. Starr, and as you can see, I'm playing an inner movie director. What I do is I help you rewrite the script that's running the inner movie in your mind that's not always so positive. And I do this in a 1-hour presentation where I perform as the inner movie director, and I get the audience involved. We have sometimes 50, 100, 200 students. I'm going to give you just a little snippet of what that's like today because I only have 10 minutes. Did I tell you I've had 3 traumatic brain injuries? Did I remember to tell you that?
No.
Well, maybe that's because I've had 3 traumatic brain injuries. Yeah, it's true. 1 at 2, 1 at 6, and 1 at 40. Now, it affected my memory. And some of you who I've met on Zoom and everything, and then I still don't remember exactly, and I had that experience with you today, that's part of the reason. So that's why I'm using all these notes, okay? Because without these notes, it'd be silent up here, as you saw for a few seconds when I didn't have it. So, and that's a story for a different time. And it did it again. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to shout out, lights, camera, action. And when I yell action, I want you to shout out your favorite movie with a superhero or a hero that you really like. Okay, does that make sense? Ready? Lights, camera, action.
Back to the Future.
What?
Okay, everybody stand up. This time when you do it, I want the people in the basketball courts to be able to hear you. You ready? Lights, camera, action!
Spider-Man.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you pick the hero or superhero that's in that movie, and when I say lights, camera, action, I want you to yell out that name. So if I was picking Top Gun as my favorite movie, I would either yell out Maverick or Tom
Goose.
Cruise. Exactly.
Goose.
So you pick yours. Ready? Lights, camera, action! Awesome, awesome. How many of you would like to have the kind of confidence that those characters or those actors had in that movie? Raise your hand. Awesome. Okay, you can have a seat. Now, do you think that those people, those actors, let other people's opinions determine their self-confidence? Do you think they let social media determine their self-confidence? Yes? No?
No.
No.
Of course not. So, let's try some. You do this with how's that? Here's a $100 bill. Who wants it?
Me.
Who wants it? Come on, who wants it? Awesome. And for the adults in the room, pretend like you're 15. Who wants it?
I want it.
All right, all right. Now, why do you want it?
$100, I can use it to buy things.
You can use it to buy things. Okay, anybody else?
Save it.
Want to save it? Okay, good. Who still wants it? Oh, really? Really? Why?
Worth the same
It's
amount.
still $100.
Still $100?
Worth the same amount.
Worth the same amount? Anybody else?
I still want it.
You still want it? Okay, it's because it has value. No matter what you do to it, it has value, right? It has a $100 value no matter what I do to it. How many of you have ever been crushed or stumped on, and you feel like you don't have any value? How many of you have had that happen to you and it affects your self-confidence? How many of you have done it through social media? How many of you have had that experience with social media? So the question is, and maybe you even done it to yourself. Maybe you even crushed yourself or stumped on yourself. Well, let me tell you something. No matter what happens to you, and no matter who does it to you, including yourself, you still have value. Even if you've had 3 traumatic brain injuries, you still have value. Okay. Repeat after me. I am enough.
I am enough.
Like the people on the basketball court can hear you. I am enough.
I am enough.
There you go. All right, so who here was born in Florida? Oh, awesome. That's great. Okay, so I was driving my Mustang. The other day, and I looked to the left, and the clouds were white, and the sky was blue. And then I looked to my right, it was all dark and stormy. How many of you ever had that experience driving here in Florida? Absolutely. I live in Boynton Beach, so we all have that experience. So I realized while I was doing that that would be a great way to explain this to you guys. You can choose to focus on this side and focus on the white clouds and the blue sky, or you can choose to focus on the dark clouds and the rain. It's your choice. It's your choice, and you get what you focus on. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. So, there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, and it's RAS for short. And here's how it works. I want everyone to close their eyes. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to look for something. And I want you to open your eyes and look at them when I tell you to. And then I'm going to ask you to close them again. Open your eyes, look for everything that's green in the room. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking.
Guys, I'm right here.
Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. Okay, close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes, adults as well. Now, I want you to shout out with your eyes closed, everything that is red. With your eyes closed, with your eyes closed. Shout out everything that's red.
Lollipop. There's a pen somewhere on the table that's red.
Okay,
Apples.
you can open your eyes. Your brain focuses on what you tell it to focus on. So you saw very little red because you were focused on the green. So when you focus on the negative, that's what your brain is going toward and is attracted toward. So if you remember that and you start focusing on what you want instead of what you don't want, you'll get more of that. And it's designed that way. That's how your brain is designed. And trust me, I've studied the brain a lot due to my 3 traumatic brain injuries. Okay, so let's have some more fun. Everybody stand up, and I want you to get at least an arm's length away from whoever you're meeting.
Watch the side.
All right, now I want you to look up here, and I want you to do what I do. I want you to put your arm out like this. Your right arm or left arm, it doesn't matter, but it's easier for your right in this case. Right arm out, eyes closed. And when I tell you to, I'm going to have you turn as far to the right as you can. When I tell you to, keeping your eyes closed. Ready? Turn to the right as far as you can, without moving your feet. As far as you can, and when you're done, keep your eyes closed, stop. Now open your eyes and look at what your hand is pointing to. Look at what your hand is pointing to. Look at what your hand is pointing to. All right, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now come back to the way you were. Just come back to the way you were. Put your arms down. Keep your eyes closed. Everybody's eyes need to be closed throughout this whole thing, or it won't work for you. And I want this to work for you so you have this personal experience. Keeping your eyes closed, keeping your eyes closed, in your mind only, put your right arm up. Or your left arm. In your mind only, the same way you did a minute ago, in front of you. Without moving your arms, in your mind only. Now, in your mind only, turn to the right as far as you can. In your mind only, not your body, in your mind only. Okay, now come back. Keep your eyes closed. Now what I want you to do is this time I want you to do it again, but I want you to do it so that you do almost a 360 all the way around to the front again, but in your mind only, not physically. So in your mind only, arms up, in your mind only, turn to the right, all the way around to the front again, in your mind only. Okay, come back. Now, I want you to open your eyes. I want you to put your arms out like this again. Now I want you to close your eyes. And this time, physically, I want you to turn to the right again as far as you can go, without moving your feet. As far as you can go. And when you've done that, open your eyes. Okay, look at where you're pointing now. Look at where your hand is pointing now. Okay, you can put your arms down and come to look at the front. How many people found the experience where they went a little bit further the second time with their hand? Anybody have that experience? Why do you think that is? It's because in your mind, you were able to achieve what you didn't know you could achieve. In your body, you were able to achieve what you didn't know you could achieve because you did it in your mind first. How many of you know that before Michael Jordan gets on the basketball court, he plays the whole game in his head? How many of you know that Taylor Swift, before she does her concert, does the whole thing in her head? Did you know that? All super successful people all do it in their head first before they ever touch the physical world. I did this in my head before I ever did it here today. You can have a seat. How many of you could potentially say to yourself, before I take this test tomorrow, I'm going to imagine myself getting all the right scores? Or before I get on the dance floor at dance practice, I'm going to go through the whole thing in my mind first. You think you might get a better score on your test? You think you might get better grades? If you went through a fake interview in your mind, do you think you might do better at the interview for a new job? Any of that possible? That's the power of your mind. Okay, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's DW_star, or my website is dwstar.net. As a gift to everyone today, you're going to get a free PDF version of my book called Be Self-Confident, Anywhere, Anytime, and with Anyone. It's a simple 30-day approach. It's just 30 pages, one day at a time, to help you be more confident in specific things that you want to be more confident. Now, as a special announcement, we have room for 10 people who would like to join my online group called Crusaders. And what you'll be able to do is give me input on how to make this better on a monthly basis. And once a month we'll pull a name and you'll get a $25 gift card. My manager told me to remember to tell you that. You'll be a force for good because you'll be helping other teams like you be able to have a successful experience and will be able to meet more of their needs. So, you have that review sheet in front of you. I made that last night. I said, I really want to know what they thought. I really do. I want to know what you thought. If you thought this was boring, please circle the word boring. If you thought this was entertaining, please circle the word entertaining. Whatever you want, okay? And then if you want to fill in any of those lines, I would like to know your school, your age, and what's the other thing it says on there?
Gender.
And gender, yeah. Okay, so you don't have to fill all that out right now. You can start to fill it out, but what I want to do is, how am I doing on timing here, Jolie?
You're fine.
Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to share with you a poem that I wrote in 1999 based on inspiration from
Could you say that again?
Watch shopping. I want to share with you a poem I wrote in 1999 based on the life and the mission of Nelson Mandela. How many know who Nelson Mandela is? Cool. So I need you to put your pens down for a minute. You can finish later. You're the greatest. There's no one like you. It is time to admit that. By not doing so, you're cheating yourself and the world. You're here to do great works and you know it. You're a child of God. Ever since you were young, you knew you were here for a purpose. And you let the world shrink you down. This is your time to shine. Your light is a beacon for others to see. A beacon that illuminates a world of possibilities. You owe it to the young child within you to find your dream again and make it real now. Life moves on and time is short. Not to do so would be a crime against you and a crime against humanity. Because the world awaits your special gifts and talents now. It wants them, it needs them, and only you can deliver them. To take the challenge to live your dream again is to say to the world, I am the greatest and so are you. To say to the world, take my hand and join me as together we live our lives on purpose. Okay, everyone stand up. Repeat after me. Confidence matters because I matter.
Confidence matters because I matter.
Now, like in the basketball courts. Confidence matters because I matter.
Confidence matters because I matter.
All I need is within me now.
All I need is within me now.
I am a winner.
I am a winner.
Okay, you can give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations. Great job. And if you want to be a part in that group, I'll make an autographed copy of my book and give it to you if you want to be part of that group.